everybody, and welcome back to the Blu Ray Hunter. I'm the Blu Ray Hunter, Jonathan Moody, and we've got a fun show for you guys. We've got another director's early works. So before I think I did like John Carpenter. So I thought, you know what? Who else to do after John Carpenter and whatnot? You gotta do Wes Craven. Wes Craven is one of those directors who has had an incredible body of work. I mean, I could have done Last House on the Left, but I figured why not do The Hills Have Eyes. I have not seen this movie in forever. I figured I'd watch the new 4K from well, not new, 4K from Arrow. And I let's just say I was so impressed by this movie. And I will go into what the contents of the Arrow set has in a second. But right now, I just want to get into the movie and talk about how much I enjoyed rewatching this movie. I had not seen it in, I don't know, forever. I think since the first time I watched it, which was like years and years ago. And I bought the 4K thinking, I'll watch it sometime. And then I got busy with a million other things. So didn't get a chance to watch it. And so when I was trying to figure out director's early works, I thought of Wes Craven and thought, you know what? I haven't seen The Whales Have Eyes. We just reviewed Weird Science for Hollywood Boulevard podcast. Let's do The Hills Have Eyes. And by the way, interesting note, if you probably already know this if you're a horror film lover fan, but Evil Dead, if you look at the basement of Evil Dead, there's a ripped poster of The Hills Have Eyes. That was because Sam Raimi had heard that in The Hills Have Eyes, uh, was it Wes Craven had ripped up a poster for Jaws, saying that this movie, The Hills Have Eyes, was more terrifying than Jaws. So in Evil Dead, he was trying to say that the Evil Dead was more terrifying than The Hills Have Eyes. In Nightmare on Elm Street, I think they're watching Evil Dead. So they're trying to say that Nightmare on Elm Street is more terrifying than Evil Dead. Don't know if that's technically true or not, but it's kind of funny. So I love that they do that stuff. I would love if more filmmakers today did stuff like that to each other, like somebody did that to James Wan or whatever. I think that would have been really cool. So let's get into the story. So The Hills Have Eyes is about a family who take uh go into the thing. They kind of take the wrong road and they end up breaking down and they end up breaking down and they're in the middle of like the desert. And they don't have a clue that there's a family of like cannibals that live out in the desert. And they are just crazy. They I mean, and if you think about it, they're basically just doing this to eat, but they're enjoying it. They're enjoying hunting these people and whatnot. And they kill a dog, which there's gonna be spoilers in this movie, by the way. Kill a dog named Beauty. And I hadn't seen this movie in so long, I forgot about that, and I was so sad. But Beast does get his revenge. So Beauty dies, but Beast gets the revenge. They eat Beauty though. So like as much as I was sad about it, like I kind of I understand this thing is like if you can't really find anything out in the middle of nowhere, but there's people and dogs to eat, that you're probably going to do that, you know. So anyway, I really like I enjoyed this. Uh Honestly, when I like think about it, my when I think about it, the movies really that I really love and Wes Craven's thing is obviously I love Nightmare on Elm Street. I don't love Last House on the Left as much. I like it. It's a good horror film. It's really effed up, but it's just not my favorites. This I enjoy a lot more, but still, I feel like he was raw, you know, in this. And there's sometimes like the cinematography is beautiful. The acting is phenomenal. Dee Wallace is wonderful. I love her. I've met her and she's the sweetest lady in the world. I know her daughter. I've had her daughter on my shows before and stuff, and she's super sweet too. Um, but then, and Suze Lanier, she does such a great job. Uh, Everybody, all the actors, fantastic. Michael Berryman, how wonderful is Michael Berryman in this movie? Plays just such a creepy character that has fun and just goofy, you know. I just love him in this movie. I loved everybody in it, but it's still raw, It's still an indie raw film. It wasn't, I don't think he really got hit his stride till he made Nightmare on Elm Street. I think Nightmare on Elm Street that was his big thing. This is still like a cult movie compared, No, they did the remake, so I don't know if technically you'd call it cult anymore, but it's a more cultish film. Like not many people talk about The Hills Have Eyes, then they talk about Nightmare on Elm Street or People Under Stairs or Scream. Obviously that's the most mainstream he's ever done. But this movie is raw and almost feels real, like something like this would happen to people. Well, I maybe, I just think that that these characters are so messed up and you really don't know which direction it's going to go to. And honestly, did I give it a did I give it did I give it a score? So I gave it 4.5 stars. And I think the reason I didn't give it 5 stars, and this is a fair assessment, because I really liked the movie. I did, but like the ending was weak. I felt like it just ended. And maybe they were trying to say that like who knows what's going on with those people and stuff, and make you think like, oh my God, blah blah blah. But really all it did was make me go, oh, come on, can they have done a better ending? They did. There is an alternate ending, and it's like 11 minutes extra, and it takes place like right after that ending that you see. So I didn't watch it, but I'm almost worried to watch it because that means that that was what was originally going to happen. And then they decided this ending was better. And this ending really pissed me off. So that might piss me off to see like either two reasons. Either I really, really, really like it and I'm mad that they left it off and they cut it where they cut it, or it pisses me off because it sucked even worse. So either way, I think it's a lose-lose situation watching it. Um, I understand this is the way that uh that that Wes Craven wanted it, when he edited it or whatever and put it together. But damn, it was not my favorite ending. Um, I was scared for the little baby most of the time because I was like, oh my God. And they have The Hills Have Eyes too, where he's back. Thought he got killed. So I haven't seen the sequel. So don't tell me. But he didn't die, I guess. Somehow or another, he's back. Or unless there's like flashbacks of him or something. But like he died. I was pretty sure, you know. Um, but maybe he didn't. Maybe he lived. I don't know. I'd have to watch. Apparently, the one character, Bobby, is back in the sequel. So I don't know if he's back like fighting them or whatever, or he's just in it at one point. I just saw he's in the credits. So on IMDb. Anyway, I mean, I really, really enjoyed watching this movie. I enjoyed the dog kicking ass after a while, pushing, I think it was Mercury or Mars. All the names were named after planets. All the killers were named after planets. Jupiter. There was no Venus though, I don't think. But there's Jupiter, Mars, um, Mercury, Pluto. Poor Pluto. It's not a planet anymore. Or maybe it became a planet again. I don't know. There's a lot of weirdness with the science world right now with that stuff. But anyway, I really enjoyed rewatching this movie, I had a fun time. Everything in it was was fun. Did T. Wallace, this was like her big movie before she made like The Howling and E.T. or all those other movies that she did after this movie. So like this movie helped, probably put her on the map and she became a horror icon. You know, there was just a lot of fun people who just they seemed to enjoy working on this film. I kind of I'm kind of glad that I rewatched it. I watched it on Valentine's Day. And I ate heart-shaped pizza while watching this movie, and it just brought me joy. It was the nicest thing ever, and it's a movie that I will definitely rewatch, and there are like commentary and other things. So let me get into that. There's a lot of cool stuff on this Arrow release, and I believe this is the Hills Have Eyes thing. So what you get is you get the movie, and you get this version. Like that's the Hills Have Eyes that, or you can have it be this. So it's a reversible art thing where and you get lots of these postcards and stuff. Don't want to go into all that exactly, but so you get that or you get that. That or that. And I always put the one that's not the case. And the case is the other way around. So Uh, for the special features, you get a brand new 4K, original, let's see, lossless mono audio, a limited edition 40-page booklet. I'll get into that in a little bit. Um, Lord. Audio commentary by actors Michael Berryman, Janice Blythe, Susan Lanier, and Martin Spear. Audio commentary by academic Mikkel J. Coven, and audio commentary with Wes Craven and Peter Locke. Looking back on the Hills Have Eyes, making of documentary interviews with Craven, Locke, actors Michael Berryman, Janice Blythe, Robert Houston, Susan Lanier, Dee Wallace, and director of photography Eric Serenian. Uh, Family Business, an interview with actor Martin Spear. The Desert Sessions. Let's see. The Desert Sessions, an interview with composer Don Peake. Outtakes, the alternate ending that I described earlier, trailers and TV shows, the reversible slip, and original script. So you can read the original script. And let's see. So yeah, so the this booklet, so what is it, like 80 pages? That's a lot. No, it's like 30 pages, 36 pages. And it's got a family activities, Wes Craven's The Hills Have Eyes by Brad Stevens, and The Hills Still Have Eyes by Ewan Cant, and About the Restoration. So cool. And then you also get a poster. So you get the poster for Hills Have Eyes. So it's reversible too. So you can choose the original poster that was on, that always was there, this one, or you can have this one. So the newly commissioned one. So yeah, fantastic film. I really enjoyed rewatching it and everything. Um, oh the heck? Do you put everything? Oh, you can't. Oh, that's why. It doesn't go in that way. It goes in here. So, it's one of those movies that I definitely want to rewatch. Like maybe around Halloween time. I'll probably do that like Halloween time next year. Um, It was really cool because I did it on Valentine's Day. On a Halloween, I watch Halloween, like one of the Halloween movies. So, or like last Halloween, I did The Fog. So I kept with this sort of John Carpenter thing. With I might do something like this for one of the other Halloweens that I do. Because it is a fun movie to rewatch and it's easy to have on. Excuse me, easy to have on the background. That dog was the dog that played Beast was very smart. Like, I don't know how they got him to like pick up the uh CB radio and stuff and start running off with it. That was pretty cool. He had it in his mouth, and I was like, really? And he carried it all the way. Like that was nuts. But it looked great. It looked fantastic. There was a lot of grain, and that I think made it even better. Um, this only comes with the 4K, does not come with the Blu-ray. So if you buy the 4K, you're just getting the 4K. I guess if you want to buy the Blu-ray, you have to get that separately from them. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys like this. As far as director's early works goes, this is a phenomenal film. This set up, but really it was Nightmare on Elm Street up that I think Wes really hit his stride. But this movie, it just feels raw and real and scary. And I think a lot more people like it felt more like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which I think was shot like a year before this, that I just really enjoyed this kind of stuff. So it definitely Texas Chainsaw and The Hills Have Eyes, I feel could definitely be like a double feature. With like Wrong Turn and some of the other movies like that were sort of like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, type things. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. I may, if I do it, I probably won't do Texas Chainsaw, if I do Toby Hooper next, because there's a few other movies that he did that I feel don't get talked about that much. And so I might do those. But as far as this goes, The Hills Have Eyes is fantastic. If you haven't seen it, it's just so much fun. And I really, really enjoyed it. I just wish that I could watch it. Like I wish that the ending was better. Aside from that, I really enjoyed it. So if you guys like the ending, let me know. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'll talk to you later. Bye.